Um, Say for instance, you show up to a place, you have an opportunity that is great, it's late before you, you're going to make a ton of money, and they say we want you to dress up as Spike Lee, and we want you to play Spike Lee character in this group. I'm sure you're going to go, well, that's something I'm going to stay far away from.
Mm,
However, if you were a Spike Lee fan, you knew all about Spike Lee, and you can really dig into that character, you'd probably be down for it more so than just the money aspect of
hmm
it. Vince McMahon pulled us aside, had a meeting with four of us. It was four at the time. Myself, Nick Nemeth, uh, the other Nick from that Real World. I can't remember his name. It was another Nick,
hmm
and Ken Doan. It was all four of us. And Vince said, "You're gonna. This is my idea. We're gonna make a lot of money, kid. But why do it if you can't commit to it?
mm.
Why do it if it's not you? It's not something that you can properly portray, especially when someone like Vince McMahon is giving you an opportunity. And he said, you're going to make money right off the bat. But I always think long term, not just short term. Hey, look, I'm on TV and I'm with the chairman. Nah, I just didn't feel it. It was not me. And more importantly, I wasn't going to go out there and be the token black guy. It's always got to be one. I wasn't going to be that in that group.
So you believe that that was going to be your position in the group, the one black guy?
That was my position. I was
Right,
the
but
long.
they weren't gonna they're gonna hammer that home on you as
You
on
know,
TV?
no, I think when it comes down to things of that nature, you don't have to hammer it home. When
Mm,
you watch that horror movie and you see the black guy, you go, "There's the one black guy." So it's one of those things that
mm,
don't need to be hammered home. It don't even need to be said. But yeah, I mean, I'm the black guy. I got natural hair. I probably would have been asked to put, either wear my afro out at times. Not saying that they would have, but I could certainly have seen it. I'm a cheerleader. Hey, let's put some Afro puffs in your head,
right.
But it was just something that I wanted that opportunity because I was in Ohio Valley Wrestling, which was developmental territory at the time for WWE, and I was getting called up before a lot of guys who was already there before I got to OVW, and they were still there, and it's like, man, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. But then all I kept thinking about was not being the lone black guy, not being that token guy, as I just mentioned. More importantly, I was thinking about failing. Is this the perfect opportunity for me to succeed?
Mm,
That was my question. And then I thought, no, it's the perfect opportunity for me to fail. Nick freaking Nemec is a great athlete. Ken Doan was the purest athlete of us all. I wasn't about to be running down trying to jump on a trampoline and into the ring. And if I couldn't do what those guys could do, what was the point of me doing it?
this is
If
true.
I could if I couldn't do it better than them, I pride myself on my punches. I'm sure you'll talk about that later. I pride myself on my punches. There's nobody that can throw a better punch than me. I don't care who they are. I'm a legit boxer, legit background. So what I can do, I like to do it and do it better than anyone else. So that's what I highlight. I want to highlight what I can do better, not be outshined by my comrades that were, a lot more agile and athletic than I.
Well, then eventually the Spirit Squad, obviously they worked with Vince McMahon, they worked with D-Generation X, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. So they had a run, but obviously you turning that down allowed you to have a longer run. So smart move on your part there, because there was even a moment where when DX defeated the Spirit Squad, they put him in a box, and on the
Oh,
box it said
Steve, you know your stuff, don't
OVW.
you? Yeah,
So
yeah.
they certainly were making jokes about them. And actually, out of the group, the only person who really achieved anything was Dolph Ziggler, because he was originally in that group as, I think it was like Nikki maybe, and
That
eventually
was
he would go on to be Dolph Ziggler, which I believe was an inspiration by Dirk Diggler from the movie Boogie Nights. So, you know,
Ziggler was the only person to survive. He went
true.
back down to FCW, and I respect the hell out of him. He worked his butt off. he chose to say, okay, I'm going back down here. I'm gonna reinvent myself. The others, they probably had the same opportunity, but once you've already tasted success to the magnitude in which they did at the time, it's like, I mean, obviously, I don't need to be down here, training or, I just need the opportunity to get back up here and showcase myself differently. Ziggler went and he put in the work, and he was able to remove that stench of the Spirit Squad that
Yes.
ultimately became a joke. It was a great gimmick for them at the time, but if there was a WrestleMania 40 gimmick battle royal like what went down at WrestleMania 17, they'll be involved in that.